Hi, the SI meteorologist Paul Doreen here on Friday, July 26th. Well, it looks like a nice day to close out the work week here in the Mid-Atlantic region with plenty of sunshine and comfortable temperatures and humidity levels. And that's all despite the fact that a strong coastal low will slam into the eastern part of New England. Anywhere from Cape Cod up throughout the state of Maine today, there can be heavy rainfall and some strong winds with kind of an unusual summertime coastal low slamming into that region. But it's far enough to the north and east that Philadelphia and D.C. area should have plenty of sunshine all day long, whereas New York City might have some clouds this morning, but then improving skies this afternoon, again with comfortable temperatures and humidity levels. The weekend becomes somewhat unsettled in the Mid-Atlantic region with the chance of showers and thunderstorms on Saturday, and then showers and thunderstorms quite likely on Sunday. Before we get to the U.S. weather, let's take a look at the tropical situation. This is Tropical Storm Dorian. It weakened somewhat in the past 24 hours. This is a colorized infrared loop. It still continues to move on a west-northwest track, now with sustained winds at 50 miles per hour. Yesterday morning at this time, they were 60 miles per hour. It has encountered some dry air, and there still is some dry air just ahead of it as it continues on its west-northwest track. Well, here's a very broad picture of the water vapor from the GOES satellite, NOAA GOES satellite system. Here's the storm right here, Tropical Storm Dorian. And notice the orange color right here. That's representative of some drier air on this particular scale right here, down at this end here. Low water vapor or dry air is just ahead of this system, so it will certainly inhibit its intensification possibilities over the next 24 hours or so, and likely contributed to some of the weakening over the last 24 hours. So still a little bit of dry air that this storm has to encounter over the next 24 to 48 hours. Beyond that, it'll look like it'll move into a more moist environment, more favorable for some intensification. There are some differences in the models right now. Let's take a look at some of the forecast tracks for this system. Well, this is the official NOAA National Hurricane Center cone of forecast tracks here, spreading out a little bit as time goes on, but in general continues on a west-northwest track. Now, at this point in time, when we reach this time frame here, there are some differences in some of the models. A few of the models now have the track a little bit farther to the south, perhaps bringing the system into Puerto Rico and then the island of Hispaniola. Others have it going a little bit to the north, and that makes a big difference, as the islands would certainly tend to shred the tropical system apart, whereas if it maintained that west-northwest track and slid north of the Caribbean islands, it could slowly intensify as it approached the Bahama Island region early to middle part of next week. So we'll see. It's a very subtle difference here, but an important one in terms of this track, whether or not it'll slam into the Caribbean islands and weaken, or whether it'll stay a little bit stronger as it moves north of the islands. We'll monitor that over the next several days. Well, back to the CONUS. This is the very latest surface map, and here's a strong coastal low, kind of an unusual summertime low, slamming into Cape Cod and much of Maine here with heavy rainfall and some strong winds. But the farther down the coast, the Mid-Atlantic region is experiencing nice weather conditions this morning, although it's still rather cloudy around New York City. That will give way to some sunshine this afternoon, and basically a pleasant day on the back side of that low pressure system. But from eastern part of Massachusetts up throughout Maine, some heavy rain and some strong winds. Meanwhile, another frontal system, another cool front, getting itself organized out in the middle part of the country, and that'll affect the weather here in the Mid-Atlantic region this weekend. Some heavy rainfall right now across Oklahoma associated with that front, and low pressure area out in the middle part of the country. And yet another Canadian-born high pressure system making its move to the south and east will bring some nice weather into the Mid-Atlantic region by the early part of next week. Well, here's the latest GOES visible satellite loop from the Penn State Ewald site. Lots of thick clouds and convective-looking clouds here off of Cape Cod. And again, this area is moving to the north right along that frontal boundary and will slam into Cape Cod, eastern part of Massachusetts, and much of Maine today with some strong winds and heavy rain. But notice back here, clouds still exist this morning over New York City, but certainly clearing skies south and west of there across much of New Jersey and down to the D.C. region, where there will be plenty of sunshine today. Some like valley type fog here up in the northern sections of Pennsylvania and southern part of New York State will burn off over the next few hours, and conditions should improve this afternoon across New York City. The real stormy conditions will exist across eastern New England. Well, nice weather here in the Mid-Atlantic I-95 corridor between D.C., Philly, and New York City to close out the work week. And it looks like nice weather will return early next week, Monday and Tuesday, and perhaps even into Wednesday. But the weekend, sandwiched in between, looks kind of unsettled with the threat for some showers and thunderstorms on Saturday and Saturday evening, and then even more likely on Sunday. This is the forecast map from last night's 0Z GFS model run 4 this evening. Here's that low pressure slamming into Maine, but nothing in the way of precipitation down the coast in the mid-Atlantic region. Meanwhile, out in the middle part of the country, here's that next frontal system with some showers and thunderstorms associated with that, making its way to the eastern part of the country just in time for the weekend. Meanwhile, out in the southwestern part of the country, the monsoonal moisture is certainly playing a role now, with the chance of showers and thunderstorms today throughout the southern Rockies. And even this morning, there's some scattered showers and thunderstorms in the Los Angeles basin associated with this monsoonal moisture as moisture flows in off the Pacific Ocean into the southwestern part of the country. And that pattern will continue for the next several days out in much of the interior west, such as in the southern Rockies, where it'll be an active pattern with the threat for showers and thunderstorms each of the next several days. Meanwhile, here's the forecast map for tomorrow evening, Saturday evening. Showers and thunderstorms advancing to the east, reaching certainly the central part of Pennsylvania and central Maryland, northwestern part of Virginia, and possibly even into the I-95 corridor towards the latter part of the afternoon into the evening hours, as that low pressure over the Great Lakes pushes a cold front towards the eastern part of the country. And here's the forecast map for Sunday evening. Numerous showers and thunderstorms here up and down the I-95 corridor with that cool frontal system that reaches the East Coast by the latter part of the weekend. Looks like mostly cloudy skies on Sunday up and down the I-95 corridor, confining high temperatures perhaps to near 80 degrees, otherwise in the low 80s, with the threat for showers and thunderstorms. All that moves off the coast by the early part of next week, and it looks like pretty nice weather with comfortable temperatures and humidity levels will return to the Mid-Atlantic region for Monday and Tuesday. That's it for now. For the SIWeather.com, I'm meteorologist Paul Dorian.